50 Cent just recently had a bouquet of funeral flowers sent to him in the middle of the club. And a lot of people thought that that was maybe a good gesture and good faith, when in all honesty, his life may be on the line, pun intended. Now, if you've been under a rock, 50 Cent has been executive producing a Netflix documentary about Sean Puffy Combs called The Reckoning. And this documentary is everywhere. It's the #1 watched thing on Netflix at the moment. And Sean P. Diddy Combs is pissed. You see, this just isn't any old documentary. You see, we're seeing exclusive footage, not just exclusive footage throughout Sean P. Diddy's life. No. We're talking about recent turmoil executive footage. We're talking recently recorded footage of him reacting to lawsuits, of him talking to his lawyers on the phone, knowing that he's about to be locked up and have charges pressed against him by the federal government. I'm talking about him going and shaking hands with the people of Harlem where he was born, and then getting in the car saying, I just feel so nasty, I need to go take a bath. I'm talking footage that he probably would look at and want to scrap. So imagine that unedited, intimate, never seen before exclusive footage getting in the hands of the wrong person. That person being 50 Cent. Somehow he's been named an executive producer in this situation. And people are like, how? How is this even legal? Well, Roger Bonds, Diddy's ex-bodyguard, gave us a little insight on how this exclusive footage that Diddy was recording and planning to give to Netflix himself got in the hands of 50 Cent.
I'm getting the phone calls, I'm getting to this, yo Bonds, yo man, yo, how 50 get, blah, 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 yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. First of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is gonna be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder.
Hit the brakes. Let's rewind real quick. Let's skip the fact that he's not paying his videographers. He's taking advantage of them. Let's go back to the fact, why would you want to record yourself at a time like this? This really goes and speaks on and reflects on the ego of Diddy. I think Diddy always thought that he was going to be found innocent in this situation. Now, he did beat the bigger charges, but it's just the arrogance. And that's because even what they say in the documentary, he's always the person that has gotten away with certain things. So I think Diddy in his mind really felt untouchable. Number two, that's crazy. You're taking advantage of these young men who are thirsty and thinking that this is their break. And instead, you're getting them to record this and you thinking you getting a discount. You got to pay full price and you say to hell with them. Yeah, but you played yourself in the end. Diddy, this man said, you know what? You're not going to pay me. The Netflix deal went through. You didn't want to go through with it. But wait till they find out the legal loophole that I actually own the footage because you didn't uphold your side of the contract. Damn, Diddy, you fucked up, bro. Now 50 Cent is going around promoting this because obviously, like they said, he probably was the highest bidder. He paired up with Netflix. Both of them have some type of interest. Netflix probably mad because Diddy didn't go through with the deal. 50 Cent, we know that he doesn't like Diddy. Let's put it together. He got the footage. Let's work.
Is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, you know, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figure most journalists would not disclose their sources.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day.
Perhaps.
Combs' team firing back in a statement to NBC News, saying the Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece and that they relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. His team sending a cease and desist to Netflix.
Look, Diddy can do all the cease and desisting that he wants, but we gotta be honest with you, man. Once it makes it to Netflix, they're gonna do their due diligence, cross their T's, dot their I's to make sure that this isn't a mistake and it ends up in the result of being a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. So for them to put this out, to me, they feel very, very comfortable about how they obtained this and how legal it is that they're doing this. Now, Diddy's looking at this as a hit piece. I fully expect him to file a lawsuit about this, but the problem is that this documentary is already out. 50 Cent is already doing rounds of interviews. He's gloating about it. He's got a #1 Netflix drama documentary to his name. And I know that Diddy is somewhere in jail screaming at a phone. So he did the next best thing. He got on his bully. He got on his gangster. Yeah, Gangsta-licious is back. Diddy would find out through the streets that 50 Cent would be making an appearance at Club Live in Miami. And we know that Miami has been the second home of Diddy for years. So it's nothing for him to know what's going on in his backyard. So when he found out that 50 Cent would be making an appearance, he wanted to send him a message. You know, you stay safe over there, 50 Cent. Don't want you to end up hurt. That's the message that I'm getting, because he sent a bouquet of flowers. It looks like funeral flowers. It's not roses. And you know, another grown man buying another man flowers is like, huh? But we got the message. And I think 50 Cent got the message too, because he responded to this by doing police work. I ain't even gonna lie. 50 Cent would post up the flower arrangements and he would say, what kind of gay is this? Diddy sent me flowers at Club 11. LOL. Why all the foreplay? Get busy. You know I'm stupid. And then he said a warning. I'm 90s grimy ninja. You don't warn me. LOL. Now 50 and Diddy are older than me. And maybe I'm a little off. You know, I'm not a street nigga. But I always was under the impression, under the code of the streets, even now in social media, is that you don't post up the threat and then give out a threat. I thought that if y'all was on some gangster shit, keep this between me and you. Yeah, y'all come from the old laws, right? Listen, let's get busy then. That's what I'm thinking. And I can't even lie, man. Should 50 Cent be held to the street rules of the old days? I don't know. But I do know if you say I'm 90s grimy, then I would expect you not to post something on the internet. It's kind of a contradictive situation. You feel me? I thought it was kind of gangster on Diddy's part to send the flowers as a message. And I thought it was kind of police work. I never thought I would be saying that. I thought that Diddy was on his bully. Nevertheless, it is what it is. I don't think that the message is going to be any type of intimidating factor that's gonna make 50 stop the number one documentary that's being played right now on Netflix. I just think the munyan is there. So Diddy, I think you just gonna have to bite this bullet, wait till you get out, go to court, try to get a judgment, a settlement, something. But this has done irreparable damage to his reputation. He was already dead in the water, and 50 Cent's going for the jugular. I'm gonna leave it up to y'all though. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. Do y'all think this is kind of policey? I ain't gonna call him no name or nothing. I'm not gonna call him like a rat or a snitch, but is this kind of like policey? Y'all let me know. I'm not the street nigga, man. Maybe I need to stay in my place. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. And we out, baby. Boom!
IG-TheLaFlare.
It's him.